Hey guys, welcome back. We are on a mission today. Let me explain what's going on. Today's the 23rd. Today's the 23rd. Today's Harbor Freight's 56-inch toolbox sale. I'll explain here in a sec. I'm getting rid of this toolbox. It's the 27-inch. And then I did a poll on Instagram and TikTok. You guys have a couple questions, want to go over some of those and kind of look at the future of what this is. So yep, as I said, this is the 27-inch box that I currently have. I'm going to be pretty much doubling it. Have a 56-inch that I want to order today. They're on sale only today for $300 off. So I'm going to get that done. Most likely we'll just be selling this one. I might keep it and just have it off to the side or something. But need to fill this space, need to get rid of those boxes. It actually insulate the garage door as well, so it is significantly warmer in here, which is super nice. It's especially when working on the car and stuff, I don't have to worry about it being 1 degree over ambient temperature outside, which is super awesome now. My girlfriend asked what I wanted for Christmas, and I told her garage door insulation. I feel like an unk. I've reached unk status now, talking about garage door insulation and that being exciting to me for a present. But yeah, let's go to Harbor Freight. Let's get this day started. She is sounding healthy, ready for the big turbo install next week. On my way to Harbor Freight. First, I'm gonna stop at Quick Trip and grab a Red Bull and maybe a breakfast pizza. That Quick Trip sucks. It didn't have pizza or the Red Bull flavor that I wanted, so I'm gonna go to a different one closer to Harbor Freight. All right, just got to this Quick Trip. Hopefully it's better, and then Harbor Freight's right over there. Well, they didn't have the pizza I wanted either, but they had a chicken bacon ranch pizza, so I'm gonna give that a try. But everyone knows the rules. Quick Trip pizza review, the chicken bacon ranch. I'd say pizza scale, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. On a Quick Trip pizza scale or gas station pizza scale, I'm giving that 8.2. It's a decent gas station pizza. Better than Casey's in my opinion. It's a lot less greasy. As far as this Red Bull goes, and I post it all the time on my Insta story, but the Iced Vanilla Berry, 10 out of 10. Best flavor Red Bull's ever created. I'm standing on that. Hell are the feds doing here? This isn't even your county, buddy. He's probably picking up a toolbox too. All right, so there we go. The original price was $900 on that toolbox. Saved $300 with the coupon, and then got an additional 10% off for applying for their stupid credit card. I put the whole thing on the credit card. I'm going to pay it off in 24 hours when it posts. But 10% off, can't deny that. So for less than $600, got the entire toolbox. Don't look at those toolboxes from Snap-on or Mako or any companies like that. You're looking at $5,000+, which doesn't make any sense. It's the same toolboxes. I don't know. To me, it just makes sense to get this. My US General that I have now, the 27-inch, has been flawless. I've had no issues with it. I've just outgrown it. So this is the next step up. Or technically there's a 42-inch, but I'm not gonna fuck with that. I'm just gonna do the 56-inch, be set for a couple more years and call it a day. Less than $600, you can't go wrong with that. So I'm actually gonna go over to the mall and pick up my glasses. They came in, and then I'm gonna run over to the other Harbor Freight and pick up something for my dad that this store didn't have for Christmas. Yes, I'm parking like a dickhead, but I'm parking next to this big boom arm, so oh well. Actually unsure if it's my actual glasses or my sunglasses. I ordered both. So one of them came in, I got a text message about it, so. Bag secured. So these are the new glasses. I got the Club Masters in the tortoise frame for my regular glasses, and then these are the old ones I had, the tortoise. I don't remember the model of these ones. whatever, it doesn't matter. But then I have a pair of sunglasses coming in, also the new Clubmaster style, that are just all black. So definitely something to get used to, but I like them. The GTI right here, Mark 7. Actually thinking about getting one of those for a daily. I had a Mark 5. I love that car, but I was looking at the Mark 7s. They're getting down in the 20s. I could probably swing that for a daily, just for like winter time and stuff. But this is all-wheel drive. You really can't beat it, especially with all seasons or winter tires. It's way better than front-wheel drive, but they're so much fun. They're checking it out. This thing's lowered. It looks really good. So this is actually what I was gonna get for my dad, but they're saying that the box is like 7 feet long, so I should know if that'll fit in my car. Actually just gonna have my dad meet me up here and grab it with his car, since I can't grab it. So my dad's like 20-25 minutes out. I'm just gonna go grab Chick-fil-A really quick while I'm waiting for him, since I'm not doing anything else. I don't want to sit in that store and wait. Never actually been to this one before, so hopefully it's not shitty. That employee's tripping. That definitely would have fit in my car, but whatever. He told me that the box was like 7 to 8 feet, and I was like, how is that? Like the longest piece isn't even 7 to 8 feet. He's like, it's the way it's packaged. Whatever, dude. All right, so I wanted to address some comments and questions that I've got. I did a poll on Instagram, which you can find here. Shoot me a follow. That's the best way to get a hold of me. I'm most active on there. But I did a poll, or rather asked a question if you guys had any questions that I wanted to address in the next video. There are about 60 to 70 responses between Instagram and TikTok, which is awesome to see. A lot of them were repetitive, so I wrote down like 15 of them. All right, so first up, end goal with the car. So end goal with this car is going to be a reliable 900 to 1,000 horsepower, which is probably still too much for the street, but I want to have it as a dig car, just a fun weekend car. Eventually I'll get something else for like a daily. So this season I'll have pretty much everything but the built motor. So next winter, when the car goes down, I'll pull out the motor and I'll build it. But for this season, it's going to have everything but the built motor. So trans, turbo kit, obviously, fuel system, everything like that. So that's kind of end goals for this car is 900 to 1,000 wheel horsepower. Julio asked me to oil up, so I'm going to insert a clip of me oiling up here. Plans with the car, kind of same question. Upcoming plans, I guess next would be installing the turbo kit. How did I get into cars? Nothing really stands out as a point in time in which I got into cars. I've always kind of been into cars, even as like a kid, which is kind of weird because no one in my immediate family is really into cars. My grandpa collected cars, my uncle races cars, but my dad and mom weren't ever really into cars. But definitely getting into drag racing was with my buddy Jesse in high school. There's a local big drag racing scene out here. That's kind of where I got into drag racing at. That wasn't really on my radar before. My first car, technically my first car was a Mazda 6. I had that for less than a month before it blew up. So I don't really consider that to be my first car. My first car that I consider to be my first car was a Mark 5 GTI. That was a 2009. So it was kind of the weird in-between year between the Mark 5 and the Mark 6, where it had the Mark 6 motor, but the Mark 5 body. That was a fun car. It was a DSG. What made me stay with the 2 Series? So if you guys don't know, I had the previous generation F22 M240. That was an Astoral blue. It was a beautiful car. Loved that car. It did blow up. No one's fault but my own. It was dumb. The turbo blew up, which shot metal into the motor. I'll insert a clip here. So what made me stay with the 2 Series is I love the size of them. You cannot beat the B58 for the price, in my opinion. There's a few other cars that I would consider to be in the same realm, but nothing quite like the B58. I had an Audi RS3 on order, the 8Y. I had it in an exclusive color, Merlin Purple, on order. That dealership fucked me over. My custom color never got actually ordered like they told me it did, so I waited 2 years for nothing. So after the last car blew up, my plan was to wait on that, and then they told me that I wasn't going to get that car anyways. So I ended up just getting this car, which I did not regret at all. I love this car so much. How does it feel to be fast? I wouldn't know. Maybe in the future, but not right now. I consider the car to be quick. Anything under 700 is pretty quick, in my opinion. There's definitely faster out there, and I'm not claiming to be fast at all. Who will be tuning my car? I'm going through David Shoup and Sebastian over at I Mess With Cars. Big shout out to him. He's been a big help throughout this entire process. So yeah, David Shoup will be tuning the car. I've heard really good things. I have a buddy Faraz who's tuned by them. He's had no issues. I know a couple other people that are tuned through him. So MHD or boot mode. My personal opinion is MHD. All my friends who have had boot mode or boot mod have switched over to MHD for custom tuning. So that says something about it. In my opinion, MHD is the best. Although I will say BM3 has a nice interface or software. Their app is better looking than MHD in my opinion. What is your process for installing performance mods, and have you had any issues? No issues to date. There was a couple warranty things when I first got the car, but it was cosmetic related, not really performance related. My process for installing mods is removing the old ones and putting the new ones on. I'm really a YouTube mechanic. I don't have any professional ASE certifications or anything like that, any real experience. I was a lube tech for a little bit, but I don't really have any experience installing performance mods besides working on my own cars, but I've been working on my own cars since I had the GTI back in 2018, probably 2017, 2018 when I first got the GTI. I started with doing like cold air intakes and then downpipes. I do all my own work. The only things I don't do is like alignments and balancing, any of the big hardware that I don't have, that I see no point getting, that I use maybe once a year, that I'll take to a shop. But anything performance related, like the turbo install, I'll be doing myself. Next question is actually about the big turbo. When is that getting installed? That'll actually be the next video. In my timeline, it'll be Saturday that I'm installing it. So 5 days from now, I'll be starting to install. I should have part 1 up by Monday, 7 p.m. That's my schedule that I'm posting on YouTube. I'll have part 1. I'm gonna do 2 parts of the turbo install. The first part is gonna be all the hardware install, so the headers and the actual turbo, all the wastegates, stuff like that. It'll be a physical hard parts install. And then the part 2 will be all the software and the plumbing and everything like that in the first startup. So that's my goals for that. That's the next 2 weeks of videos. What are my plans for YouTube? So intentionally, when branding this YouTube channel, I did not make it my car handle. I made it my name. And I did that intentionally. I don't want to be stuck on one path where I have to follow and I have to do car content all the time. That's not what I want to be stuck with it, because I feel stuck in my TikTok, that it has to be only car content. I can't post any fun content that I want to post on there because it's not related to any of my followers. I feel like they don't follow me for my personality on there, where that's where I want this to be. That's just car stuff on my TikTok and stuff. But I want this to be a more personal channel and actually have a face to the name and stuff like that, and start building a brand from me instead of just the car. So my plans for YouTube, obviously grow this over the next year. I will be posting weekly. I'm holding myself to that. Even today's video, it's 2 p.m. and I have to upload this video in 5 hours, so I have to edit the entire video and get it up, but I will have it up by 7 p.m. because I'm sticking to that schedule. I'm holding myself to it. Next car, I'm probably looking at the G87 M2 in xDrive, which actually kind of relates to, so I'll put both of these questions into one. The next question was why not get the M2? But next car, it will most likely be an M2, a G87. They just announced in 2026 that they will be releasing the xDrive version of the G87. Those things are ridiculous. The S58 is bonkers, as I'm sure a bunch of you are aware. It's a crazy engine, it's hard to deny that. I do think the B58 sounds better, just to be clear, but S58 is definitely nothing to downplay. It is a great engine. But that being said, it did not come in xDrive. And I like the 2 Series, the looks of it. I don't mind the G82 or the G80. Those both look good in my opinion as well. Just not really looking for anything that big. But when the xDrive G87 comes out, that'll probably be my next car. Appreciate you watching this far. I'm gonna go get this video edited so I can get it out by tonight. Next week's video is the turbo install. So got this turbo right here still. We'll be installing that turbo next week. I'm gonna have Blake come over and help me film it. So should be pretty sick. Should have some pretty funny content. Appreciate you guys watching. See you guys next week.